Well, to finish the Baja 1000, you got to have preparation. You got to do your homework on the course. You got to have a great team, and you got to have a little bit of luck. So, you know, making all those things match up is the important thing. You know, I've been very fortunate to win my class like 6 times down here, and I've finished a lot of races, but we've also, you know, seen some problems. And so with that, we try to draw on those experiences and not make the same mistakes again. So that's what we're kind of planning on.
Having this crazy race where things break and machines break and parts break, but then the camaraderie of people help each other out also is really special. For us, this is what racing should be. Somebody can come down with a friend, with a family member, and volunteer and help out, and it's how the pits were when my dad started getting into it. And you don't find that in motorsports so much, but it's wonderful to find it here.
But every time you show up, you know, you get thumbs up, and I've made lifelong friends here. You know, people that you know, that are an important part of my life, and I think everybody who's raced here for years has done that. The relationships kind of forges a bond between the two countries. The point now where other countries who put on off-road rallies, they call them Bajas. You know, so it's the generic name: Baja Italy, Baja Spain, Baja Porto Alegre. Even Baja India, you know, so that legacy is sort of spread out around the world, and I think that's something really cool that Baja can be proud of.
I'm much more interested in the experience and the journey, the whole trip that got us here. Being part of the build, of the design, of having phone calls with people and discussing what we're going to do. I mean, I never knew that this was the year it was going to be perhaps the most difficult course. The weather, which is a little unusual, has left it incredibly muddy. I think we have the right vehicle for it. We're 4-wheel drive. It's a very strong, durable thing, as evidenced by the road boot, the 3,000 miles. We beat up on it off-road here in the Baja. So I think the race boot will do fine.
He bottomed out and he thought he shot out the third member. So I was checking the third member, so I'm just gonna put some more preload in there so he doesn't bottom out on some stuff.
Copy that. We're at BFG Pit 2 and the Bronco pit crews here as well, so I think they're going to be pulling the same pit together. We just had a really good pit stop over at BFG Pit 2 at about race mile 245. We got around the Ford Bronco, and we pulled in the pit before them. We just did a splash of fuel, leveling down the dump can, and then looked the car over, sent it back on the road. The Bronco pulled in the pit right behind us, and they were in there for probably like 20 minutes. Had a kind of a little catastrophe. They spilled fuel all over the place and had skid plates falling off. I think right now we're in a good position. Look like we're pulling away from the Bronco and looking good in the lead now.
it was okay, you know. I mean, we thought we'd lost the diff at the beginning, but there was a really nasty high harmonic sound in the drivetrain when it's in four-wheel drive. And then we took it out of full drive and it continued, so I thought I'd broken the rear diff, so I stopped, got out, everything looked good. This was like mile 30, got back in. We lost about 45 minutes, you know. But then we just had a perfect day after that. So we just gotta keep on pushing, you know, step by step. You know, we'd worked for a year and a half, a year to build the car, with all the testing, team. Get Jono out of the car and try to before we pull the roof fenders off it. Everything had come down to that, and it all seemed to be going perfect, and then right at the end there, it all started a bit taken away from you. So all that emotion and energy was super draining. Boot project from the beginning, the goal was to finish the Baja 1000 with our street legal car and that we built. From that perspective, it was successful. We got to win our class, so now it was doubly successful, and we rekindled an old rivalry with the Ford Bronco, and coming out on top was a great story. So the amount of press that was generated from the participation of those two cars and the race that we had, and the fact that we finished was a huge success. And everybody that we picked for the team, it wasn't just their skill, but it was also their attitude that we wanted on the team, and that's what I looked for. It doesn't matter whether it was, you know, volunteers who are carrying the fuel down for the helicopter, or the guys working at the shop, or the film crew. Everybody that was part of this project came with a really good attitude and was pulling for the same goal. And that made the whole thing a pleasure. So, you know, I'm super proud of that. And as far as experiences I've had over the years, it has to be ranking up there with the top. So it's been the most exciting thing I've probably ever done in motorsports, to be honest with you.